in New Jersey. It's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington football team. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The Giants go to work on offense for the first time, and it's Daniel Jones leading the way, the number 6 pick in the 2019 draft.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Barkley. Barkley, a first down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Well, Saquon Barkley last year against Washington, he won many a fantasy league with his performance in Week 16. 189 yards rushing. That was the 3rd highest single game total in the NFL all of last season. A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Jones throwing complete here to Tate. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 23. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
Oh my goodness, was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's Jones on 3rd down, and he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away.
Here's Antonio Gibson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
We'll take over 1st and 10.
And now we see Dwayne Haskins, the Ohio State Buckeye, in his 2nd year in the National Football League, ready to lead this Washington offense.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Haskins in the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week. It's a pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
Incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2nd and 8.
A handoff to Barkley. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people, to power his way forward.
Gostkowski for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 1st quarter lead. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away.
This is Gibson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins connects here with a tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll run with McKissick. Room to run inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. The throw by Haskins complete to McLaurin. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A carry now for McKissick. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now Haskins on first down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Washington, nothing.
Second and 10 now. Haskins. And he'll find McLaurin this time as that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Washington.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here's Haskins, a quick throw out wide. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Washington.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Haskins on the keeper. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Dwayne Haskins, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And Washington has made this a 1-score game.
And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just falling behind him.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Daniel Jones sacked.
Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And the pressure gets to him again.
Daniel Jones.
Ryan Anderson. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And the Washington 1st down.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
All right, I need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the 1st half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
J.D. McKissic.
And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. And Washington now going to use the first of their... Three timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Here's Haskins to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they stop him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the 1st down.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan. Now the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
You know, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3.
56, check 56.
Throwing Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
And at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Jones now throwing again. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Thrown to the sideline.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Jones.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line.
17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the gun, Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Gain of 13 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A 34-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Washington, 7.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. This is Gibson. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how?
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable, because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
That post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick? Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former 1st-round pick there on the coverage. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Haskins. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kyler Fackrell. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack.
And that will be incomplete.
Haskins pass intended for
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
4-yard line.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. Last week they got a good victory over the Dallas Cowboys, and they are in the driver's seat here right now as well. And throwing here is starting to drive as they connect left side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Intended for Darius.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Fuller there on the coverage.
Throwing again. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there.
Saquon Barkley on the carry.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Matt LaFleur, some confidence in his offense. His guys going here on 4th down. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley.
Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Made at the 25-yard line.
Well, look at Washington as they come onto the field. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
The Washington ball carrier.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
Oh, no!
So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's McKissick. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
J.D. McKissick.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Complete to Dontrell Inman.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
40-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll go again with McKissick. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Tackle made.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time.
Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to get the football. At the 37-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's a give to Barkley. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
At the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Operating from the gun, Jones. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Gain of 9. Brings up.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
From the gun, Jones. This will be caught at about the 5. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And 4.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Jones from the gun on third down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Sterling Shepard, incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27.
Washington, 7.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Gibson decides against bringing it out.
At their own.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
At the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
J.D. McKissick, the ball carrier.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
57, Mike, 57. Watch the run, watch the run.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
No!
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Here we go. Here we go.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
It's 2nd and 8.
Check, check. 3 down, 3 down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
J.D. McKissick, the ball.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
50 seconds to mine. Go. Go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike 20, Mike 20. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
Pass complete to
Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now down to 20.
14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Giants take.
Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again.
He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
24-yard line.
They'll go to Barkley again. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is brought in at the 21. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
J.D. McKissick,
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Haskins to throw it. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. And the completion there by Haskins, and you think back to the 2019 draft, both Dwayne and his counterpart on the other sideline, Daniel Jones, first-round picks in that draft. Jones taken 6th, Haskins 15th, and they might be seeing a lot of each other for quite a while here.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10, and all the way down to the 9. A huge play there for Washington, and even 40 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Haskins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On 2nd and goal, Haskins throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. And here just playing for pride at this point. Down big, but they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Giants are going to get the football back.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier. Thomas Davis on the tackle. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Giants,